it was 2009 when my own son graduated from VSS. And I see one of your teachers here in the room actually graduated with my son, so now I feel like my 33 and change is getting really heavy on the change. So I'd like to thank all of you for being here today. Congratulations to you all. And the uniqueness that you bring to School District 22. I am overwhelmed by the shoes. Love the shoes, guys. And I even saw one of the students here with a glittery hat. So your own uniqueness that brings you here today and to the journey that you'll have will take you into your next journey with Valor. And this is, again, as many before me have said and will continue to say, this is not the end, this is the beginning. 13 years you've dedicated to dancing to the music that's playing. Now it's the time for you to write your own music and your own lyrics. And I wish you well on behalf of the Board of Education in your journey, and thank you to your parents and to the staff that have got you here today. Thank you.
Aside from the excitement of grad, there's always the excitement or the fear when a school gets 2, or in our case, 3 administrators who are new to the building in 1 year. And so I do want to congratulate Mrs. C, our principal, who's had a very busy year and has worked very hard to keep everyone and everything moving in the right direction. So we can take a second. And so it is with respect and pleasure that I do invite Ms. Lindsay to come up to provide some words of wisdom to the grad class of 2023.
Thank you, everyone. It is a pleasure to speak to this graduating class. And although it's been my first year here at VSS as principal, I do feel that I've made some great connections with the graduates here. And what an amazing year it has been at VSS, and what a great class. I've witnessed amongst these graduates the loyalty that they have for each other, and it's very inspiring. They have shown me that they are intelligent, most times, respectful, hardworking, humorous, and kind. The most prominent characteristic of this grad class that resonates for me is the respect these students show. Throughout the year, there have been times when we questioned some things happening in the school, whether it was Mission Impossible, or even trying to get a grad lounge. Instead of reacting in a negative way, they came to me with solutions and suggestions. They handled these scenarios in such a respectful and mature way, and it may surprise some of you to know that always isn't the case with high school students, or even adults. Even in the Commons, these graduates are great role models. It still amazes me that most have gone to class even before the allotted time. You are our future, and I feel confident in your abilities to make it a great one. Graduates, you have applied for scholarships, stop going on trades programs, and apply for post-secondary because you are envisioning futures for yourselves. You've shown that you are willing to take steps to make things better, both for yourselves and your communities. You have shown that you can persevere. That perseverance is something you have in common with other generations who have come of age during hard times. The world that you are going to lead needs your help. Each and every one of you can play a part in leading our world in a positive direction. There are opportunities for every skill set in this grad class, whether it be climate change, global food insecurity, social justice, global finance, science and medicine, or the arts. There are problems in every field that need people who are willing to persevere long enough to find solutions. This past year, in the short time I've got to know you, has shown me that you can do this. But before you go off and save the world, there are 2 things that you must do. First, you must celebrate your achievement of graduating from high school. You have put many years of hard work and commitment into reaching this day. Take some time to reflect on your school experience, the good times with friends, the challenges and hardships that you have overcome. Be proud that you stand before us on this day. Celebrate all of the people in your life that helped to make this accomplishment possible. Take a moment to thank those that helped you along the way, your parents, grandparents, friends, teachers, and others that were in your corner when you needed them most. Nurture the friendships and bonds that you have created in your community. Even even if the next step in your life takes you elsewhere. The second thing that you need to do is find your passion. For some of you, you are already headed towards living a life that utilizes your passions and skills. However, most of you need to explore life's possibilities before taking that leap. Don't be afraid of the unknown. I have every confidence that the skills and talents that you develop at BSS will be put to great use as you become leaders in society and the agents of change necessary to transform the world. We are all proud of the young adults that you are becoming. Congratulations, graduates of 2023.
After high school, Eric plans to go to university to learn coding and computer science. He would like to thank his friends and family for all they've done for him along the way. Congratulations, Eric.
If you're surprised to hear me welcome our 2023 valedictorian podium papers.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to start off by saying thank you to everyone for coming out to support us, the VSS class of 2023, on our graduation. To our parents, teachers, family and friends, and everyone else, thank you for being here today and for making our high school years so incredible. One class all of us took this year was careers. In my careers class, Ms. Shaw gave us an assignment to make thank you cards to whoever we wanted. I know I speak for many of us when I say we love this project. Saying thank you is something that can be so meaningful, and I'm so glad we had the opportunity to do it. So thank you, Ms. Strong, and thank you to all of my classmates for making these last 5 years so incredible. 5 years is a long time, and it feels like yesterday when we walked into VSS for the first time as scared little grade 8s. However, it wasn't yesterday, and we've had a great time in high school together. We have so many memories that we share as a class that have brought us closer together. Even the memories that weren't our favorites, we'll look back on fondly as the good old days of high school. We'll laugh about the times we spent trying to hide from Mr. Affleck, trying to park in the teacher parking lot, or rating out what felt like 600 chemistry note cards for Ms. Cornell. And even the time in grade 8 Eve when we found out your class was going outside in January and you only brought shorts and a t-shirt. And of course, we have our favorite memories. Football games, band concerts, and anything to do with Chemo will make us smile when we think about our time as Panthers. I think we've had the best high school experience possible, and there's so much we're going to miss. No matter how much we enjoyed it, we can't stay at VSS forever, and all of us are moving forward. This can be scary. We've grown up here. It feels like home, and it is natural to feel nervous about what is to come. One piece of advice Mrs. Smith gave to me that applies to all of us graduates is that you'll do better things in your life than high school. And this is so true. There are so many opportunities for all of us, and I can't wait to see what we all accomplish. We've had such an amazing time together, and I'm excited to see what everyone's future holds. We have worked hard to create so many options for ourselves, and that is something to be proud of. So to all of my classmates, thank you for a great 5 years, and good luck with whatever is next for you. Thank you.
All right, we're coming this way.
Congratulations. Unwillingly give, no matter what the cost. Those two people being your parents. And life moves so fast, there's always something going on, a period of such immense and sometimes insurmountable levels of change in our lives, it is sometimes impossibly difficult to slow down and stop. But if you do so, you'll realize something. You realize what's important to you. You realize who cares for you unflinchingly, who drives you to school every day, who enrolls you into all extracurriculars whether you wanted to go to them or not, who packs your lunches every day even though you are legally an adult at this point, which is not me, by the way. My point is, no matter how many mistakes you've made, no matter how many rude, disrespectful, or how distant you've been to them, your parents love you to death unconditionally, and they will do anything to see you smile. So, if we do not allot time to give our appreciation to the unencumbered commitment our parents have provided for us for the past 17 to 18 years of our lives, then we are doing them a colossal disservice. Gratitude itself is a difficult mountain to climb. In fact, it's nearly impossible to summit for some people, but it is more than necessary to do so. I want to give a thank you to my parents for their incredible commitment towards my education and my well-being throughout my entire life. Nagging me to apply for scholarships over and over again turned out to be the right call. Waking up at 5:30 in the morning to drive to school because I wanted to train for basketball every day. There was never a time where they didn't. Always being someone that I could talk to about any of the struggles I had in my life. I don't know how I would have been able to overcome my bullies, my sleepless nights, and the tragedies that occurred in our family without the relentless support of you too. I'm sure each and every one of you students can attest to this statement as well. Parenting is a job that I believe is 99% thankless. It is a job that may only be accomplished through the power of unconditional love. So thank you. Thank you for teaching us manners. Thank you for teaching us our ABCs. Thank you for always being supported in all of our endeavors, no matter how stupid they may be. And thank you for not getting too mad when we broke oh so many items of value in your household. Thank you for your uncompromised commitment to our well-being. Thank you for 17 challenging, exciting, and incredible years of life. But most of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for teaching us how to cook craft dinner. Brady out.
Graduates, it's my absolute pleasure to be able to say a few words this evening on behalf of all of us parents of the graduating class of 2023. Let me begin by expressing to our grads how stunning you all look tonight. As parents, our hearts are bursting with pride today. The saying that the days are long but the years are short could not be truer today. Parents, doesn't it just seem like yesterday we were packing diaper bags, chasing these toddlers around, constantly making snacks, playing Thomas the Train, watching Bob the Builder and the Backyardigans on repeat, putting training wheels on your bikes, reading bedtime stories, and tucking you in early. And as we witness you grads about to launch into this next phase of your lives, it's wild, and we are all so excited for you. Grads, your talents, diverse interests, independence, resilience, and determination, which was all highlighted for us at the ceremony yesterday, is remarkable. We are so proud of you. And as your parents, we can only be filled with hope tonight for the future knowing that each of you is going to spread your wings, expand your horizons, and influence the world around you, wherever your journey takes you next. And what a journey you're about to go on. It's going to be full of celebration and successes. It's going to be full of heartache and disappointment, wonder and fulfillment, confusion and uncertainty, joy and adventure. There's a professor at New York University School of Business by the name of Adam Alter, who researches judgment, decision-making, and social psychology, who recently wrote a book called Anatomy of a Breakthrough: How to Get Unstuck When It Matters. And I want to leave you tonight with a few words from his writings. He writes that as humans, there are all times when we all get stuck and experience challenges and barriers that get in the way of us reaching our full potential. We all feel stuck at times, whether it be in creative endeavors, jobs, relationships, maybe a sport or a fitness goal. To be alive means to battle stuckness. And we often believe that our barriers are unusual because it's difficult to see other people's struggles. People tend to wrestle with their struggles privately, behind closed doors, in their heads, especially today on these. We often see polished outcomes of life processes. People are sharing refined versions of their lives that skim the best moments and leave the wrinkles behind. And it's getting harder to see in other people's lives any struggle, so we mistakenly believe others aren't experiencing challenges. As you venture into this first year, outside of high school, as parents, we want to encourage you to persevere and view challenges as opportunities. Think back to these past 5 years in high school and the times you were tasked with persevering through things, both your private and internal teenage struggles, but also those things we shared as a community, that we struggled with as a community. Think of your grade 9 year and the start of the global pandemic. And as you all launch over this next year, if you find yourself feeling stuck, coming upon barriers and challenges, share it. Share your feelings and frustrations. It's the first step in forward movement. Try and remember and lean into the relationships you've built through your high school journey with your friends, your family, all of us parents here. I know Friday nights in my home often had a bunch of boys eating chicken wings at the kitchen counter. And this time was filled with listening, laughter, and even a few moments that this mom didn't want to hear. Grads, you have a village of Panther parents in this room who will always have a kitchen counter and a stool for you to sit on. You each have a tremendous social network to draw upon when you feel stuck, and that network is about to expand as you meet new people in this year ahead. Be flexible and open to change and possibility. Travel, go new places, see the world. Sit alongside others that are different from you in your thoughts, your status, your circumstance, your religion, ethnicity, nationality. Expand your network and learn from others. And if you find yourself feeling stuck over this next year in new waters, perhaps a little bit outside of your comfort zone, remember this: being stuck is universal. Believe this, and you're primed to ask yourself how it could be a feature of your progress. Use your heart. Slow down, question your intuition, trust yourself, bet on yourself, and rely on friends and family to help you. Use your head. Identify opportunities to think outside of the box and perhaps deviate from the path you thought you were going to take. And then finally, take action. Action is the most important thing. Even if you're moving sideways, it doesn't matter what the action is. When we're stuck, it can be hard to take action, but doing something is better than nothing, and action can be the great unsticker. Grads, tonight, your story is just beginning. Look out at this room right now, full of people who love you, who are rooting for you, and who can't my finger quaked. wait to see you use your talents, your gifts, your personality, your perspective to make our world a better place. October 14th, 2005, arriving 9 weeks early, was a teeny tiny 4-pound baby boy who made me a new mom. The day Max was born was perhaps the scariest day of my life, because this little babe wasn't ready to be born, and he needed specialized medical intervention to stay alive. To say that I felt stuck would be an understatement. It wasn't at all what the media and my friends around me showed the first few days of new motherhood would be. The long days and nights in the NICU, the medical milestones to get him to his due date, and to finally be able to bring him home was so challenging. But it was all worth it, and provided me with opportunities to learn and grow in ways that would support me in future challenges. Grads, chase after your dreams. Be willing to pivot when you feel stuck. View challenging times as building and strengthening you for your future. And remember, we've got you. We are always going to be your biggest fans and loudest cheerleaders. Grads, you captured our hearts back in 2005, and tonight we celebrate you. All our love.
I'm gonna strum. If you know the lyrics, sing along, you know. 5 years ago you walked into this school. You weren't half so tall then, and you weren't cool. And you had no friends. First time I played for my wife, she said, "Is this a roast? Because it sounds like you hate the kids." She said, "There's no reason you need to sing about braces and bad haircuts and pimples." So I went back to the drawing board. So that first verse doesn't exist. Here's how it starts. Tonight's goodbye to 5 years, gone in a flash. To all the good and bad times, the memories past. You're old enough to know that nothing lasts. But only you've taken your different paths. Recall the day you walked in 5 years ago. There's so much then that you did not know. How deep you could dig, how high you could climb. But you learned it and proved it with passing time. 'Cause you're a panther on the hill. The pride stays with you still. And you know it always will. God knows it ain't been easy. God knows it wasn't all laughs. The things that drove you crazy, but you're here at last. Still so much ahead, but you're ready now. The good, the bad, the ugly, to face it all somehow. And to those who came to tryouts, to those who got cut, there's no shame in trying, you showed you've got guts. So you moped around feeling maybe 2 feet tall. But you're one of the giants who walk these halls. And as long as I draw breath, and as long as my heart's beating, I thank my lucky stars I didn't go to see. Look around me now, As for me, I'm game. I'll meet you in the sun, snow, sleet, or rain. Panthers 2023, it's been a pleasure.
Alright, good evening friends, family, faculty, staff, alumni, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2023. Today was an exciting day, so I'll try and keep this short to continue with the fun activities that we have planned. As our journey through these many years of school comes to an end, we look back at all the things we've learned. Whether it's Mr. Cozen teaching us about protons, neutrons, and electrons, Mrs. Newman's teaching us about biology and letting us do surgery on pigs, trying to understand chemistry with Mrs. Cornell, writing English assignments for Mr. Pullman, or Mrs. Bedard teaching us about volleyball. Yeah, you heard that right. There are so many staff we can thank for our education, but there are a few distinctive thank yous that need to be said directly. First and foremost, what we're kind of all expecting is photomath. You have gotten us through some tough take-home quizzes, along with numerous homework assignments. Without you, I would have not received the 52% I did in Pre-Calculus 11. Next, a heartfelt thank you to our new favorite, ChatGPT. Although you've only been around for a couple of years, you were the reason why many synthesis and narrative essays were handed in, and why a good portion of this class ended up graduating. Along with the academics, we learned useful little things like coloring inside the lines, the alphabet, and how to tie our shoes. As we got older, we learned some not-so-little things, like algebra, the Second World War, and how to drive. And even the past couple years, we've been learning how to apply to post-secondary education, do taxes, and, well, we've kind of still learning how to drive. The class of 2023 is not just any ordinary graduating class. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're definitely the most fun, and probably the best looking grad class in quite some time. But we are the first grad class to have a completely normal senior year since 2019. COVID-19 had a huge impact on our school. Although we did not have a normal high school experience, it made ours unique and irreplicable. The pandemic forced us to wear masks at all times and eat lunch standing outside in -20 degrees and participate in half days, which we still do miss a lot and think about frequently. In the coming months, we will all be going through some changes, and no, not those kind of changes. But we will be experiencing some changes in our daily lives. And while it's scary and unfamiliar, it's also exciting. Waking up for class at 6 a.m. becomes an optional choice in our lives, as well as going to school at all. I remember when I came to VSS, I had questions like if I would make new friends, how hard the classes would be, and if I would find my soulmate. And after 5 years of this school, I can tell you that yes, you will make new friends. Some classes are harder than others, and no, you probably get closer to finding the cure of cancer than you do finding your soulmate. Now, as I wrap this speech up, I want to leave you all with some important pieces of advice. If you ever find yourself, or others, dropping off students in the student parking lot by stopping right in the middle of the lot, I encourage you to honk with your Panther pride. And if you find yourself or others being driven to Proctor Lake the night before school starts, please, for the love of God, do not bring a Jeep.